What happened to my theme song? Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome to another review. Today's review is going to be on Wonder Woman. And as always, if you haven't seen the movie, be careful for spoilers, and let's begin. The movie starts off with Wayne Enterprises delivering a package to Wonder Woman, who's currently located in Paris. And that package contains a photo. That photo that you saw in Batman vs. Superman, the same one. And basically that's the whole premise of the movie, giving you a nice backstory of this entire film within that photo. In my opinion, this movie's a lot of fun, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of dialogue, and there's a lot of hope in the DC Justice League film coming out this November. This film's tone and color was really different compared to the other three DC films. There were other three DC films were really dark, gritty, and had this different color to it. While this film had a different color palette and it was much brighter. Even the scenes when you're in London and it shows this ugly, rusty town. No offense to anybody living in Britain. But it was really, the way to distinguish it with the colors, it made it seem much more lively, even though you know you're in a different time period and it's just, you know, this industrialized place. They did a really good job. I really like the color tones. I cannot express how much there. It was really amazing to see it. Even Themyscira looked awesome. It was just nice, beautiful water, nice greenery. It was really fun to watch. Okay, Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, did an amazing job. I thought she was awesome. Every scene she was in, she totally captivated the audience, even with her voice or the way she was acting or fighting scenes. Not only was she pregnant doing this film, which is even more amazing, but she just totally kicked butt. The slow motion scenes were awesome. Every scene she was in, obviously it's her movie, but A+ for Gal Gadot. The main villain for this film, who is talked about throughout the entire film, is Ares. However, he's not revealed until the end, who happens to be Sir Patrick Morgan. You could get away with it with these kinds of movies. Iron Man 1 did the same thing with Obadiah Stane, who was the surprise villain, unless you kind of knew who he was in the beginning, but if you didn't watch it, it's the same thing. This movie, you actually didn't know that it was going to be him, so they did a good job explaining that twist, because you're led to believe that it's the general, ends up not being the general, and ends up being Sir Patrick Morgan. So you could get away with it with these kind of movies. However, when you're doing Wonder Woman 2, you really can't. You have to make sure that you actually build up the villain this time. But for this kind of movie, totally fine. I mentioned how awesome the theme song is. Every time I hear the theme song, it makes me want to do like 100 jumping jacks, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, just anything. It gives me so much energy. And that's how I feel every time I hear it. And they played it every time at the right time in this movie. Like, it wasn't too much, it wasn't too little. They just played it right when she's about to kick everybody's butt. Now for my favorite segment of the show, the quote of the movie. Today's quote of the movie has to go to Steve Trevor. He tells Wonder Woman in a scene, "My father once told me, if you see something wrong with the world, you could either do nothing or you could do something." And this is your classic battle that you have. For example, you're in a football game and you're down 14-0. You could either climb back in the game or you could lay down and get squashed. Just like anything you're going to be going through in life, you're going to be going through a lot of adversity. So always find a way to battle the adversity and come out on top. For my final thoughts, this movie is a lot of fun, has a lot of action. It's a lot of excitement now heading till November to go watch the Justice League. And for that reason, this movie is getting 4 stars. All I have for you today, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think the quote of the movie is. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please subscribe.